Good morning, dear students. So, it is your first class, just an introduction class. So, here, as per your Ranichanama University, Belgaum, today I am going to discuss the Botany paper 1 for a final year, 5th semester students syllabus, right? So, here it your 5th semester paper 1 syllabus. Today just I am giving you a brief introduction about your syllabus. So paper 1 is plant breeding, tissue culture and horticulture practices. So here there are subtopics are there: plant breeding, tissue culture and horticulture. So first unit is plant breeding. So here plant breeding nothing but a application of genetic principles to get a new plant which is useful to the human being. That's nothing but a plant breeding, application of a genetic principles here, right? So we are going to study here history and objectives of a plant breeding, and in the plant breeding there is a process, nothing but introduction of a plant which you are going to breed, and you have to select that plant of, it may be pure line selection or a mass line selection. So there are two type of selection. You have to select a pure line one or a mass selection, right? And here again subtopic hybridization, important topic here for your syllabus. Hybridization, nothing but hybridization is the process of combining different varieties of organisms to create a hybrid. Nothing but a just combining of a different types of organism to get a new variety. That's nothing but a hybridization. In that again interspecific and intergeneric hybridization comes. So that's also important. Next, mutational and polyploidy breeding, type of breeding. In type of breeding you are having mutational breeding and polyploidy breeding, germplasm and its maintenance, pollen bank, nothing but a storage of pollen grains, quarantine method. So these are the subtopics which comes under plant breeding, and here your pure line selection, mass line selection and hybridization, and germplasm and its maintenance, and mutational and polyploidy breeding are the long questions, and it is may ask for a 5 marks also. But in a pollen bank, quarantine methods are 2 marks questions, and it is of a 10-hour syllabus, and it is very important for your examination purpose. So next, plant tissue culture. You know what do you mean by tissue? Nothing but a group of cells. So you have to culture that in a in vitro condition, nothing but in a artificial, in a nutrient media we are going to culture a tissue to get a new plant, right? So tissue culture involve the use of small piece of plant tissue. We have to take a small piece of a plant tissue. It may be shoot, tip or a embryo, like that. Any part of the plant you have to take, and you have to culture in a nutrient media, in a sterile condition, in an artificial, in an proper temperature. We are going to culture a tissue or a organ to get a new and a more number of variety. So here in plant tissue culture we are going to discuss or study about scope of the plant tissue culture and important significance of the plant tissue culture, and here basic aspects and cellular totipotency. So here totipotency is important. Nothing but a cell has the ability to grow or to form a entire organ. If you culture a shoot tip, which is nothing but a meristematic tissue, if you culture that tissue, it is having ability to develop into a whole plant, nothing but a whole root, stem, leaves. It is having a to develop whole plant. That's condition is nothing but a totipotency. So here in that you are going to study shoot tip culture, embryo culture and haploid culture techniques. So here how you are going to do shoot tip culture, and how you are going to do embryo culture and haploid culture. Nothing but haploid organ, nothing but it may be anther culture and a ovule culture here. How you are going to culture it to get a more number of a organism. And here next, differentiation and morphogenesis, right? Differentiation and morphogenesis also important in this topic, and it is also a 10-hour syllabus, right? So next comes again an important topic, that's nothing but a introduction to horticulture and nursery management and its importance. This is a unit 3 in your syllabus, that's nothing but a introduction to horticulture, nursery management and importance. I think you all heard about the horticulture, nursery, right? So you know horticulture, I think nothing but a gardening of crops which are ornamental purpose, vegetable, fruit plants we are culturing. Such kind of plants is that is nothing but a horticulture. Agriculture nothing but a crop plants we are cultivating their crop plants like jawar, wheat, maize. But here we are going to cultivate ornamental plants and your vegetable plants, fruits, right? Ornamental nothing but a flowering plants. So that's not comes under horticultural department. And nursery, you already know, I think nursery mata nothing but a small scale, nothing but a we are going to cultivate or grow a small plants which again are sown and grown in the field later, right? It is a small and a starting stage of the cultivation for your further cultivation of the crop plants, right? Or it may be fruit plants. So here in this topic, first is methods of propagation. Here again two types methods comes. One is vegetative method and a artificial method. Vegetative nothing but natural. So here in that rhizome, bulb, corm and a sucker. Just think that your ginger, that's a rhizome. If you cut a piece of a ginger and you sow in the soil, it will again grow into a new plant. That's also method of propagation. So next you are in artificial method like cutting, layering, grafting, budding. So these all you already studied in your previous classes, right? You already know this. Cutting nothing but for example hibiscus. If you cut a hibiscus stem and again you grow in a different pot, then you get a new plant there over there. So that's nothing but cutting. So next comes in this topic is bonsai. I think you already heard about bonsai, nothing but a large tree you are growing in a small pot or in a small container in a proper way, in a dwarf condition, in a small plant, but the characteristics are similar to the large one only, and you get a fruit over there if you cultivate fruit plants. That's nothing but a bonsai. Here you are going to study methods of bonsai and importance of the bonsai. So next comes again in this topic, second subtopic is nursery management. So nursery management you have to study introduction of nursery management and types of nursery management and cultural practices. How you are going to do that nursery, what are the things needed for the nursery management, that's also you are going to study here. And seed collection and a seed storage, treatment, right? This also you are going to study here. And if you study it properly, you can guide your elders also in this topic, because it is very important topic for your outside life also, then your examination, right? In your life also you have to implement it. So next you are going to study manures, fertilizers and pesticides which are there for you and which are applied for your field farming. Methods of irrigation, you already know irrigation. Here drip irrigation, sprinkler and a flood. So it is also a 10-hour syllabus and it is also very important syllabus, and it is little bit lengthy topic. So next comes greenhouse technology. It is also you already studied in your previous classes. Here also same, but here advantages, limitations and types of greenhouses, and greenhouse, how the structure of the greenhouse will be there, and the principles of greenhouse technology applied for the ornamental vegetable and fruit plants, how the ornamental plants are cultivated in a greenhouse and how it is developed in a greenhouse, and which type of greenhouse is needed for vegetable plants and fruit plants. This all you are going to study in a greenhouse technology in the unit 4, right? It is also 10-hour syllabus. And next comes last unit, 5th unit, and it is also important unit. Here harvest technology and weed management. So harvest technology, here you have to nothing but harvesting method you are going to study here. Harvesting method of flowering plants, fruit plants and its management, and artificial ripening. Nowadays artificial ripening is of a more for a fruits. By using some chemicals we are going to ripen it within a short period, and naturally ripening is different, and artificial ripening is because of our economic purpose we are doing artificial ripening, right? And maturity in indices, methods of picking, post harvesting technology and management of fruits. So here we are going to study post harvesting, before, and how it is managed for fruit plants, and gardening of the fruit plants, and storage, packing, processing. These all are the steps we are going to study here. Next, weed management. Weed you already know, nothing but unwanted plants, right, which are grown in your cultivational areas, nothing but a weed, nothing but introduction and significance of it, and a type invasive weed, in that concepts and causes of their dominance, weed control, how to control weed, like physical, chemical and biological methods. Nowadays chemicals also came for a weed control, right? So these are the some agricultural technique or a harvesting technique we are going to study here, and it is also 10-hour syllabus. So here you are having 5 units in a paper 1 in a 5th semester. So for all 5 units are very important and very useful for your daily life also, and total is you are having 80 marks for your theory examination and 20 marks for your internal marks. So here you have to study it properly and very interesting, right? So thank you, and next class I am going to discuss the first unit, that's nothing but a plant breeding. So thank you.